I am Marcus Blake with That Nerd Show, here with the lovely Chelsea Stardust and Hayley Griffith from a great film we just saw at the Oakland Film Festival, Satanic Panic.
That's right.
Hell yeah.
The name alone had me intrigued. And it was glorious. So
Thank
we're
you.
going to talk a little bit about this film. And it was shot right here in Dallas.
Yes.
Okay.
Texas forever.
Are you doing your little promo for Friday Night Lights?
Yeah. I have a shirt. Big fan.
Hey, clear eyes, full hearts.
Can't lose.
All right, so I want to start with, I was reading a little bit about this film. You were not the first director attached to it, but you were the final choice. Tell us a little bit about coming to this project.
Yeah, so a friend of mine sent me the script, and just on a fluke, she's like, you should read this. I think you'd dig it. And I saw it was written by Grady Hendrix.
Right.
I'm a huge fan of Grady's writing. And I read the script. I said, this is batshit crazy. I can't wait to see who makes it. And cut to like 6 months later, the script was sent to my reps. And they forwarded it to me. They said, this is for your consideration. I said, I've actually read this. What do I need to do to get this movie?
Yeah.
And I saw Fangoria was attached and Cinestate, and I love everything they do. And I said, what do I gotta do? So I prepared lookbooks and pulled references, and I had a call with Dallas and Amanda, the producers, and I just said, this is why I want to direct this movie. And then there's some time that goes by, you're waiting and waiting, and then I finally heard that I got the job. And I just had a very clear vision of what I wanted to do with the movie. And I also came from both a horror and a comedy background. I've worked for Ivan Reitman and Judd Apatow, but then I've also worked for Jason Blum at Blumhouse. So I think I was probably the only candidate up for it that had worked in both genres, and it is a true horror comedy. And I think that's...
So you did everything short of selling your soul to Satan.
Pretty much, yeah.
Great. I do think it's helpful to have a background in horror comedy.
Yeah.
And speaking of horror comedy, because I like to do my research quickly while we're drinking before we do interview. This is your first foray into horror comedy.
Yeah, it was my first movie ever, which was just insane, unbelievable. Horror was I grew up watching horror. My dad and I would have like father-daughter bonding days on Sundays. We'd watch horror movies. It says a lot about me and my family. But we would do that every Sunday, and I loved horror, and comedy is like my favorite thing to do. And the minute I read the script, I said, oh, I have to be in this movie. It was perfect. It was my type of humor. It was fucked up. It was hilarious. And I said, oh, great. I love it. God, please. Satan, if you're out there, please put me in it.
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan, come on.
Right.
Hail Satan, I mean.
And then Hayley didn't get to be in the room with me to audition.
No.
She did a self-tape. And I saw it really early on. I said, this is Sam. Like, it's her. Like, it has to be her. And sure enough, the producers and the casting director agreed, and she got the part.
Now, you talk about horror and comedy and all that. Just out of curiosity, what are some of your favorite horror comedy films that have influenced you for this role?
Jennifer's Body, I watched so many times. I love Shaun of the Dead.
Absolutely.
It's just a fucking classic.
I was going to worry about you if you didn't invoke that one.
Right? It's so good. Those are probably my top two that like, the Deathgasm?
Deathgasm?
Yes,
Yes.
Deathgasm. Oh my God, I love that movie that she recommended to watch, and I
gave her a list.
Oh my God, I love that movie. So those are like my three that I needed to watch before that were so good.
Cool.
Yeah.
And now the script was already written. Did you kind of add your own flavor to it or tweak it or anything from your background?
I only had a couple adjustments for Grady, and I know they wanted to wait on doing any script notes until they had a director attached. And I told the producers my notes, and then I did a call with Grady, which I was very nervous about because I didn't know him. And I was like, I don't know if he'll be into my suggestions. And he said yes to everything. He was on board for all of my notes and did a bunch of revisions. And then we ended up doing a table read right before we shot the movie. And to hear the movie out loud is very helpful to hear the script. And so we went and did a couple dialogue adjustments and, you know, things that maybe we caught where it's like, oh shit, we got to fix this or that ahead of time so you're not doing it on set. But he was so wonderful to work with. And I was also a big fan of Ted Geoghegan's movies too. So, but yeah, working with Grady was a dream.
Well, after watching this and watching it, but before that, reading a little bit about it, you kind of get the sense that it might be the same old, well, we're going to deal with zombies, and that's just kind of old. I mean, do you feel like this works better because you're dealing with something new like Satanists? We don't really deal with Satanists in horror comedy.
Yeah, I think to me what I was into about this is that it was like, what does a satanic cult look like in the upper class?
Yeah.
How does the 1% throw a satanic party? Like, that's what I wanted to explore. And because a lot of times, movies that I love that were a huge influence, House of the Devil and Ride with the Devil, and those, it's in the outside or in a basement or in the woods. And I thought, okay, well, how does the 1% throw a satanic party? Like, how do they sacrifice a virgin? How do they dress? How do they dress those sacrifices? Like, all that stuff I really wanted to explore. And I got to do it in this, so I was really excited.
Okay, so I'm curious about it because, or at least one part, it feels like, I don't know if this was intentional, that the way you throw a party is it feels like a multi-level marketing meeting with people, like you're selling makeup or something.
Yeah, so the opening is with meeting the cultist is very much like a TED Talk.
Yeah.
It's written like that. And also we said, what would Martha Stewart do? So how would Martha Stewart throw a party? How would she design her house? How would she decorate? What would she do in the backyard? So all of that stuff is very specific. Yeah.
Now, did you know much about Satanism before you did this movie?
A weirdly good amount. I don't know why, but I mean, I love everything horror and dark. So I've always have researched that stuff, which might sound odd, but I don't know. I'm very interested in that kind of stuff. So I knew a good amount going into it, but this whole movie took a big spin around all of that.
Right.
Yeah.
I know we don't really mention the city within the film.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, those from Dallas are going to know it's shot here in Dallas, especially with the great last shot on the freeway.
Oh,
yeah.
Do is it supposed to feel like it's in somewhere in the South where you wouldn't expect Satanists? Because I feel like it's a little bit funnier that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's technically anywhere USA, and it's whether it's the Midwest or the South, or obviously you see some license plate that says Texas. Like we are happy to like lean into that, but this could be anywhere.
Yeah.
Like this could be anywhere in the United States.
You never know where they're
You never know where they might be around.
I was talking with a couple of guys getting drinks that were from Alabama. They were talking about that there are Satanists and Wiccans in Alabama, and I'm like, I kind of find that awesome to balance things out in Alabama.
You need it. Someone needs to hold things accountable, and I think the Satanic Temple is very good at that. So.
Right. There's actually, there's more of that in Texas, with being a bigger state, which I find very interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Now, being your first movie and actually getting to, be in a film with like big, stars and all that.
Yeah.
Rebecca Romijn, tell me your experience of getting to act with her.
Oh my gosh! I mean, she's fucking iconic. She's just as elegant and beautiful and composed in person as you would imagine that she would be. So getting to work alongside her was just unbelievable. It was like a dream. I mean, I was a big fan of her growing up, and then getting to work alongside her, I was like, oh my god. And she's so great in the film, as you saw.
Yeah. Her being in the film, was that your choice, or because I know. It's
because I'm a nobody. We needed some good people, and Rebecca.
Excuse us.
Amen.
We're celebrating. Cheers. I did a Skype call with her, and because I was in Dallas, because we were prepping.
Right.
And she loves horror and was a huge fan of Fangoria, and her husband had done horror, he's done Scream too, and her, experience, but she hadn't done it before, and so she was very excited to do that and hadn't done gore effects, so I was really excited that I got to be the one to do that with her.
She was so good at it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, watching it.
I would agree. I absolutely loved her in the film.
She's great.
And to talk about Jerry O'Connell as well, I mean, I know he has experience, but there's always a certain amount of goofiness that comes with it. I know he's basically trying to rape you and, save you.
Dark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's dark.
Yeah.
But there's a comedic light to it that I found very subtle.
Yeah.
It wasn't over the top or anything like
Right.
that. How
Yeah.
did working with him?
Oh my God, working with him was a dream. I've always loved Jerry O'Connell. He's always hello.
No, the
Back.
gnats.
Give me one minute.
The gnats are getting us.
I've loved him for years, and he was just so giving as an actor and so funny to work with, and like the face lick. He came up to me at one point and he goes, "Hey, do you mind if I lick your face?" I said, "Please, that's fucking amazing."
They didn't tell me they were going to do that.
They were like, "What are you saying?" We're like, "You'll see. You'll see." And
Yeah, I was like, "What's going on?"
He was so great to work with. I love that whole scene. He's amazing.
Yeah, and that scene obviously is a commentary on toxic masculinity that
Right.
as a woman
Yeah.
you deal with literally every fucking day. But yeah, that was something that they improvised, and watching through all the different versions of that scene, I was like, that's the best one. Like that, it works and gets a laugh and people love it.
So
And
good.
so yeah, he was great. He was so wonderful to work with.
Yeah.
Right. Working with lots of blood and all that is your experience with that. Are you ready to do another one?
Oh my God, please. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's so much fun to be covered in blood and have things around you and yelling. I love it. I love it. It was like, literally, I feel like, I always say this, but I don't know if it's just that little me is fucked up or like other kids feel this, but growing up watching anything horror, when I saw it on camera, I was like, oh my God, I want to do that. I want to be covered in blood. I want to scream and yell. Not like in a real way,
Right.
but in a make-believe way. I'm like, that looks amazing. And so to get to do that was just,
Cathartic.
yeah, it was a dream.
Well, in starting out, I know you've done a lot of TV, you've done episodes, and this is your first
Yeah.
foray into horror and all that. Do you feel like, as an actress, up and coming, that this can be your go-to genre now? This is what you can become known for?
She can do anything.
Ah, thank you.
Anything.
I don't know. That would be great to just do more horror, but what's ironic is the last movie I did was a dramatic period piece.
Yeah.
Right.
So I honestly don't know. I don't know. I mean, I would love to do more horror because it's so much fun, and it's just great. I love it.
Okay. For each of you, I know we talked about the lick, but other than that, what is your favorite moment from this film? And we're going to start with you, Hayley.
Oh, the pressure.
I know.
I know this answer.
My favorite moment, filming or scene-wise?
Actually, let's do both.
Oh, okay. My favorite moment was probably anytime I worked with Ruby Modine. She is a special place in my heart. I love her so much. I'm hitting my mic. I'm an amateur. She's a special place in my heart. I love Ruby. I feel so lucky that we got to become friends through this movie, and she's just incredible. So I think that's my favorite kind of collective moment from shooting, that we became friends and anything with her. My favorite scene to do, either the Jerry scene, because that was just, I was trained in stage combat, so getting to do that kind of stuff on camera was amazing, but also the skin sealing scene, because that was our very first day of special effects, and it was just insane to watch all of it happen. So probably those two.
All right.
Yeah.
How about you as a director?
My favorite moment in the movie, which I think is the heart of this film, is after the skin sealing scene when Ruby and Hayley are in the kitchen and she gets the gun and she says, I'm a spoiled brat with a gun and you're a blue collar badass who just won't quit. That moment between them that's when their friendship solidified. That is the heart of this movie. So that's definitely my favorite moment in the script, in the film.
Now, we talked about a little bit about yours, but I want to come back to this question for you. As a background in horror, tell me a little bit about your influences.
Oh my goodness. Well, obviously I'm wearing a dress to represent. This was my
love
first.
classic monster movie dress.
It's like this and Goosebumps were the first thing, like literature that got me into horror. Goosebumps, Bunnicula, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, Universal monster movies, Night of the Living Dead, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. For this movie specifically, there's so many. Drag Me to Hell, Evil Dead, the Evil Dead remake, Race with the Devil, Deathgasm, I think I said Jennifer's Body already. There's a huge list that goes on that I was giving, watch this.
Right.
I also had Hayley read My Best Friend's Exorcism by Grady Hendrix. But my Rosemary's Baby is another one, obviously. So the list is long, but I love horror. I live and die by that genre. So
Okay.
yeah.
Where to next with this film?
Yeah, so we have a slew of festivals. Cinepocalypse in Chicago's next week. Then we have Fantasia, and then there's a bunch more that haven't been announced yet.
Okay.
A lot of international ones we're very excited about. And then the movie comes out September 6th in theaters, VOD, and digital HD.
All right.
Crazy.
Now, at that nerd show, we end every one of our interviews on a nerdy question.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You guys already have nerd cred, obviously, being in this film. But this one's just for us. Nobody else is going to ask you. If you could have a superpower or a weapon of choice from the nerd universe to fight the forces of evil, or in this case, Satanists, what would you choose personally? And we're going to start with you, Hayley.
Oh my God, flying. I've always wanted to fly my whole life. And I could just fly away from all my problems. Are you kidding me? That's amazing.
Yep.
Flying, for sure.
Yeah. Flying for also invisibility.
Oh, that's good.
And the ability to communicate with animals. Because maybe they can
too.
help you.
I want to know what my guinea pig thinks of me. I want to know if he loves me or not.
No, he loves
I
you.
don't know.
He loves you.
Who knows?